Welcome, beautiful people, to my channel. Today's story is about Queen Atinuke who stood against tradition. Once upon a time, there lived a beautiful princess named Atinuke from Ikate village. She was the only child of her parents and was deeply loved by her parents who were the king and queen of Ikate village. Unlike other princesses, she wasn't interested in fancy titles. Atinuke was a go-getter with a dazzling smile. Her true passion was fashion. Atinuke had left the palace life for city life. One day, she packed her bags and relocated to Lagos. There, she opened a magnificent boutique. The clothes displayed inside were very beautiful. Atinuke's boutique, called the Royal Trade, was not just about clothes. It had a great and joyful energy. Customers drawn in by Atinuke's warmth found not just outfits but advice and a friend. Atinuke was very much happy and content with her life in the city. However, fate dealt her an unexpected card. One day, she got a phone call from her mother that shattered her peace. Her mother was very sad. News of her father's death, the Oba of Ikate village, got to her. Atinuke had to travel to the village. After the burial of the king, the burden of tradition demanded she ascend the throne. It was too much for Atinuke. Everything was happening unexpectedly and fast. Ruling the village had never been part of Atinuke's plan in life. She decided to take a walk so as to clear her mind. She went to her mother's room and informed her that she was going to sit down under the large Iroko tree towards the riverside. Her mother hugged her and said to her, "I know how you feel, my daughter. Be rest assured that you will come out of this situation stronger and better. The problem will not drown you." "Thank you very much, Mama, for the assurance," Atinuke replied her mother. Atinuke walked towards the riverside. She sat down under the shade of the towering Iroko tree. 10 minutes later, a voice broke the silence. An old woman emerged from behind the tree trunk. This was Iyagba, the village revered Yanifa, female priest. Atinuke recognized her from childhood visits, a figure shrouded in the veil of mystical knowledge. "You tread a difficult path, child," Iyagba said. "Tradition demands a husband and an heir, but a greater purpose awaits you." Atinuke listened intently. Iyagba spoke of an ancient prophecy. The prophecy spoke of an Oba, a virgin queen, who would usher in a new era of prosperity. But there was a condition. Marriage, Iyagba warned, will destroy the purpose. The suitors they'll present each possess a gift, but you have to be very careful, for each gift is bound by a curse. Atinuke felt a shiver crawl up her spine. The proposed marriage, which was already unappealing, was full of danger. "Their gifts," Iyagba continued, "are not blessings but burdens. Choose a husband and the curses will be manifested, putting the village into darkness." A knot of unease tightened in Atinuke's stomach. The elders' insistence on marriage made sense. It was a trap. "What if I don't choose?" she asked. Iyagba smiled. "Then you'll be able to serve the people. Therein lies the key to unlocking the true prosperity of the people. As Atinuke got back to the palace, she felt a strange sense of purpose within her and a little bit of fear. But she was a woman with a powerful mind, a woman who had built her fashion empire on bold choices, and she was not one to shy away from a challenge. On the day set for Atinuke to choose the husband, the handsome men were told to line up in front of Queen Atinuke. She was to choose one of the men. The suitors waited patiently for Atinuke to make a choice, but she sat down firmly on her seat. Dismay hung heavily in the air after Atinuke's firm refusal to choose a husband from the presented suitors. The council of elders shifted uneasily. Erelu, the eldest amongst them, spoke first. Queen Atinuke, he began, "We understand with you. However, tradition is clear. A queen needs a king by her side, someone to share the burden of leadership." Erelu, Atinuke replied, "I understand tradition, but I will listen to the Mama's counsel. Marrying any of these suitors would bring about a darkness that could very well destroy our village." Erelu Idowu, the only woman on the council, became very angry and replied Atinuke, "These men were chosen because of their gifts. To reject them all is to reject the very prosperity they offer." Atinuke was not moved by their attitude. She pressed on. "I propose a different path. Allow me to do things my way. I promise to bring prosperity to the village." Oba Adebayo finally spoke. "Very well, Atinuke. You shall have your way. But know this, the fate of the village rests on your shoulders. If your approach leads to misfortune, the consequences will be yours to bear." The council dismissed, leaving her alone. Despite their doubts, Atinuke felt a flicker of hope as she began to work on different projects in the village. Slowly, the village bloomed. Barren fields touched by Atinuke's implementive farming yielded good and quality crops. She championed education for girls. The once hailing market began to bustle again with trade. One day, she traveled to the city to check out how her business was faring. From there, Atinuke approached a company that agreed to bring progress and prosperity to the village in the form of a massive industry. When she informed the elders in the village, they however recalled and rejected the idea. They clung to the old ways, refusing the progress even if it held the promise of a better life. There were arguments between her and the village elders. Atinuke, however, remained unmoved. She used her city smarts to negotiate with the company, ensuring fair wages and environmental protection for the villagers. The young people, hungry for a change, rallied behind her. The elders had no choice but to soften their stand. Finally, the industry was built. Atinuke, the queen who disobeyed tradition, became a legend. They called her Iya Onipede, the queen with the opened mind. She had proven that sometimes the greatest act of love for one's people was to challenge their fears and lead them towards a brighter future. Atinuke proved that leadership was not successful through tradition but in understanding and empowerment. And so the village flourished, a testament to the power of a queen who dared to be different. We have come to the end of our story. I'm glad that Atinuke did not obey tradition. She held her people and fulfilled purpose. Please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel to enjoy more of my stories. Until my next video, stay uplifted.